to our press review now, and fears that Donald Trump might attempt to annex Greenland are garnering a lot of reactions in the papers today. Dipti Galland is here to take us through it. Dipti, tell us more.
Well, Donald Trump has certainly been doubling down on those threats, and there's naturally quite a bit of worry and anger in the Greenlandic and Danish press. Let's start with the Greenland press today. This is a paper from Nuuk, the capital here. This paper quoting the Greenlandic leader, Jens Frederik Nielsen, as saying that the territory finds itself in a special situation now. He said that Greenland is not Venezuela, though. Greenland is capable of defending itself and is not at risk, at least not at imminent risk, of being invaded by the U.S. Nielsen adding in his comments yesterday that Greenland would like to recreate the cooperation it had in the past with the U.S. So you see really, you see the leader there trying to take a conciliatory tone in the face of these growing tensions. From the Danish press, this is one Danish paper focusing on comments by the Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, who reiterated the, quote, unwavering support of Europe for Denmark and Greenland. But she added, it's hard to know how sincere those lofty promises of coming to Denmark's defense will be. Meanwhile, Politik and another Danish paper really characterized by skepticism today. The paper is saying that it's totally possible that Donald Trump implements this new security strategy, but how will he do it? Well, nobody knows, not even him. In any case, there's a feeling in the paper that Europe isn't taking this seriously enough. The paper asking why, for instance, haven't European leaders convened an emergency meeting, for instance?
Well, on that note, what's the reactions from the rest of the press this Tuesday?
Well, let's show you the Guardian newspaper, the British Daily here. Just a small mention on the front page today about the Greenland attack that would end NATO, according to Denmark. On the bottom of the front page of The Guardian, the French left-wing paper Libération focusing on this on its front page today. After Maduro, where will Donald Trump stop at? In its editorial, the paper of Libération says that the new American doctrine can be summed up by one word: contempt. Contempt of international law, of the U.S. people, of international agreements, of the principle that justice triumphs over the law of the jungle. La Croix, the French Catholic paper, meanwhile, announces what it calls a new U.S. imperialism on its front page, noting that Donald Trump intends to govern over the whole American continent as he sees fit.
All right, well, speaking of governing over the U.S. continent, The Guardian reports that there are fears in Quebec over a new U.S. graphite mine being built.
Yeah, that's right. The graphite mine is being built by a company called Lomico Metals. It's based in British Columbia, and they're set to build this open-air graphite mine in La Petite Nation in the Quebec region with funding notably from the U.S. Pentagon. It would produce 100,000 tons of graphite per year for the next 15 years. It has drawn controversy in the past because of its environmental attack. As you see in this picture here, that region is very pristine. It's full of up to now, at least, untouched wilderness. So those opposed to the project say that it could pollute the waters. It could also disrupt the growing ecotourism industry in the region. Now, other projects in Canada include a cobalt refinery in Ontario and a bismuth and cobalt project in the Northwest Territories, both of which are also funded significantly by the U.S. Now, in the wake of what's happened in Venezuela, The Guardian reports that fears are growing that U.S. investment in these projects could backfire in an ironic way. I quote one person who's opposed to the project, who says they would be coming in to get our minerals to then put into their weapons to try and annex us.
All right, finally from you, Dipti, a mysterious trader made a very lucrative bet on Maduro's capture, suspiciously just a few days before his actual taking.
Exactly. Suspiciously suspicious, maybe too suspicious. A mysterious trader made a very lucrative bet, as the Wall Street Journal reports, on Maduro's capture just a few days before he was actually captured. Now, the Wall Street Journal reports that less than 5 hours, actually, before Maduro was ousted, this unknown trader doubled down on bets on the platform Polymarket. Now, Polymarket is a prediction platform using cryptocurrency and Bitcoin that allows people to bet on any kind of future event, from the World Cup to your favorite TV character being killed off. The trader pocketed more than $400,000. That's a 12-fold return on an investment that didn't really seem likely from the beginning, unless, of course, you had some previous knowledge about it happening. It's why many people are crying now foul and saying it reeks of insider trading. Futurism, this website here says, goes a step further, saying there's compelling evidence that someone connected to the Donald Trump administration is behind that winning bet. They don't offer any proof, though, in this article, but they do surmise that it could have been an insider at a New York or Washington newsroom, or an operative inside the Donald Trump administration, or maybe even, it says jokingly, Pete Hegseth trying to make some beer money on the side.
All right, fishy indeed. Thank you very much, Diptyque Laurent, for that.